Hello, and welcome to the Inovia Conversation. I'm Steve Waltz.
And I'm Jeff Pergulski.
And Jeff, today our podcast is about our 2020 Inovia Customer Conference coming up.
Woohoo! Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, what's exciting is that, I live in the South Bend area. And as much as I enjoy trekking up to the Wisconsin Dells over the last several years, it's right in our backyard at Notre Dame. So we're pretty excited about that. And guess what? Who we have as a guest on our podcast today? Oh, you should know, right?
Don't make our listeners wait, Steve. Is it Tom?
We have back-to-back podcasts with Tom Doran. So, Tom, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, guys. Good to be with you today.
And as we did our last one on the CRM, which I thought had a lot of legs on it, this one's going to be more on the customer conference. And May will be 5 years that I've been here at Inovia, and I remember the first one we had in the Wisconsin Dells. And Tom, maybe you can tell us a little bit about how it started in the Wisconsin Dells and how it ended up at Notre Dame. How about that?
Sure, Steve. And, really, even before then, we hosted it in Wapaka for many years. So the Inovia Customer Conference really started with, customers looking for some type of gathering where they could get some training. This all predated really even the NAVUG events. And so, we would bring folks in, we'd have featured sessions, and, it started with maybe 40 or so folks coming to our office in Wapaka. And then we transitioned to a hotel still in Wapaka, and we grew to around 50 or 60 folks. And then we moved it to the Dells and went up to 75 or 80 folks that joined us each year. And now as our customer base has grown and we want to make it easier for people to get to and from the event, South Bend felt like a next logical step. Currently this year, we have 120 people scheduled to attend. And we're really excited about, the progress and really how the event has grown. Our customers really enjoy it. They say they learn a lot from the sessions and from the time they get to spend with other customers.
So, Tom, when the customers come, what would they expect to see? I mean, who's all going to be there?
Well, we're going to have over 20 ISVs or industry presenters. So, all the names that you would expect to see relative to the various add-ons that work with Business Central. The Inovia staff actually has a single track where we cover a lot of different training related to Business Central, everything from development to the accounting, manufacturing, warehousing. Jeff actually does a great session each year on HoloLens and how that can be used in your business. And so we try to combine things from a practical day-to-day use as well as new opportunities with the various add-ons that are available. And then each year we have two featured speakers, one from Microsoft, because it's always good to hear directly from Microsoft about the corporate vision and where they see their all-up product line going and where Business Central fits in that product line. And then we're also really proud to have Dr. Steven Schmidt join us. If you haven't seen Steve before, you definitely want to make time to come. Steve is one of the foremost experts in manufacturing technologies and manufacturing in the United States. He travels all over the world speaking to various groups on manufacturing methods. And we're just so fortunate to have him as our keynote speaker this year. So, yep, that's just a few of the highlights.
Oh, that's very cool. And, I'm looking on our website at some of the ISVs, and I mean, there's some big hitters coming. I mean, you have Avalair is going to be there, ChargeLogic and InsightWorks and Jet. And I mean, it just goes on. It's or to increase our vertical that we work with on our for our food vertical. And so it's very cool to see the growth on that. And Jeff, I remember last year going to your HoloLens session. It was like standing room only. Are you doing that again?
Yep, it's going to be, of course, updated for 2020, but I'm always excited to get a chance to present to our customers and show them the latest and greatest. So yeah, and I, speaking to the history of the conference, I remember I've got many fond memories of interacting with customers at our Wapaka office before we even moved it to an offsite. I know that our customers loved it, especially the ones that were regional. Now that our customer base has grown and as well as our overall business, it certainly makes sense. But I think the 11 years that I have been at Innovia, some of my best memories were at the customer conference. So I'm looking forward to 2020.
Jeff, you mentioned that, and I do think back fondly to when we used to do that. And originally we started out with 2 tracks, and now we're up to 5 tracks, and so 5 separate paths all day, just a huge amount of learning, but also enough time to spend a little time with other end users. The social hour in advance is always great. And then, if you're a football fan at all, one of the special treats that we have planned, there'll be a trip over on the 20th to Notre Dame Stadium. So it's a 5-minute walk from our event hotel, and we'll get an opportunity to get a tour of the stadium. Everyone will get a chance to get out on the field, take some pictures. So you may not be a Fighting Irish fan, but certainly any football fan can appreciate the iconic nature of having an opportunity to be on Notre Dame's field.
Maybe they will be a Fighting Irish fan by the end of the conference. Who knows?
Or if they're a Badger fan, they could do some reconnaissance.
Oh, that hurts.
Nice.
Not inaccurate, but it hurts.
So, Tom, you were talking about the tracks, and when I'm sure Jeff gets asked, and I've gotten asked by customers. So, Steve, who should come from our company? And it's really neat to see that. It's not just heavy development type of sessions. I've seen other type of sessions. So maybe you can talk about like who, if you're coming and you wanted to bring maybe somebody that wasn't maybe in the ERP part of it, who do you think would be for a company that'd be a good conference for?
Sure. So it really depends. And I would say that you ought to talk with your Innovia customer engagement person about that. We do try to vary the content so that, if you're a C-level executive and you're thinking about strategy and direction, that there are sessions, and certainly the keynote speakers will be very appropriate. There's also opportunities to meet with the Innovia team one-on-one to do some strategic planning relative to your systems. Certainly anyone that's in a functional role that interacts with the system all the time would be a great fit. And I suppose if I could give one piece of advice, most companies are best served sending 2, if not 3 people. There's just, as I say, there's 5 tracks running. And so invariably, there's going to be 2 tracks running at the same time, or 2 sessions running in separate tracks at the same time that, you would like to attend. And when you have, a few extra folks, you have the opportunity to really get exposed to more information and spread out a little bit.
That's good information because there's 6 sessions. So really that's close to 30 different tracks going to be out throughout the day. And
30 sessions, right.
And it's, and speaking with our, with you and the leadership team and how we go about this, it seems like, a lot of what we do in our marketing is a give back to our customers. Because I know when we go to, you talked about, we've been doing this kind of before even some of the NavHug events started, how we tend and present at those events. And here we are, and reinvesting because there's, from what I understand, Tom, there's no charge except for somebody paying for their way back and forth. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a completely free event. We even cover the hotel rooms, all the meals. So it is a give back. So, we just want to provide our customers an opportunity to learn. It's good when you have your meetings with your customer engagement person. And it's great when you're engaging with our support team or our consultants on a project. But really having the opportunity to get away from the office, to get exposed to new information, to spend time talking with other users helps you broaden your perspective, maybe come away with a fresh idea, and really just re-energize what you're getting from the system that you own.
And I don't know if you guys want to comment on this, but it seems like just what I really enjoy seeing, and it's pretty powerful, is like during the meals or the breaks, and you just see customers talking to other customers, or as the account managers are engaging with their customers, it's like, oh, you're thinking about this, I know somebody has already done that. I guess maybe if you guys want to comment on that.
Jeff?
Well, I'll hop in here. I think it's exactly why it just goes along with our belief that the user group community is important, that your investment in Microsoft ERP and Dynamics 365 Business Central specifically, when you surround yourself with other people, that's when you have true collaboration, cooperation, even sometimes with with businesses that could be competitors in a certain aspect. They're everyone's looking for best practice, and I think that having an opportunity to do so at an event like Innovia's customer conference is just a great opportunity, as both of you mentioned. So I think it's certainly an important part besides the classroom learning and the social aspect of it. It's great to interact with other users and find out who's going through the same, who has the same questions, who has answers to the questions, because they're 12 months ahead of you on your ERP journey. I think you're right. That's a huge advantage.
And I would say, and I agree with everything that Jeff just said. The other, as we've grown, and Innovia has worked really hard to try to keep the same culture and personality. But for our customers that have been with Innovia for 10 plus years, the fact is everybody used to see Donovan all the time. And now, Donovan just can't be everywhere at once. Alan Wine can't be everywhere at once. And so, just a nice opportunity to connect with our owner, connect with our CEO, any of our leadership team, and just, break bread, have a drink or two, and, as Jeff said, compare notes and learn more.
That's a great point, Tom, because, we always talk about through the customer's eyes, right? It's, when I talk with internal and external, it's like everything changes when you're in front of the customer, because they're kind of telling you, what's going on. And in this world of tech that we actually sell, we sell Microsoft Office, we sell Teams, we sell an ERP system that I have felt that we've never lost track of that one-on-one personal connection. I think this is a great way, because I look forward to seeing isn't it going to be part of our support team there also, in some of our project teams?
We do. It's a nice treat, not only for the support team, but for our customers. When people think about their ERP systems, big projects come to mind. But the fact is, once you're done with your project, the folks you interact with most often are our support team. And so this is the one time in the year we pick up the entire support desk, we move it to our customer conference. They're actually working the support desk from the customer conference, so they're actively working tickets. But it is the one time when you get to put a face with a name. Most folks have worked with Val, they've worked with Daniel, they've worked with Bryce and other people on our team, and it's nice to be able to put a face with a name and just say hello in person.
Very cool. So, Jeff, any other questions you have for Tom about the customer conference?
Nope. I'm just super excited to see all of our customers that can make it.
So, Steve, I would just add, with all of the news and the COVID-19, we are keeping a close eye on developments. Currently, the CDC is advising no gatherings of more than 50 people for the next several weeks. Our conference is May 20th and 21st. So technically, we're on the outside of that advised period. So we're going to keep our eye on it. Certainly, you check our websites. We will be communicating with anyone who is registered. But our plans now is that the conference is going to go on. We're really pleased as a society. Certainly, we've seen great work by the governors of our individual states, managing and helping to curtail the spread of this virus. And so we're optimistic that we're going to see things level off and that travel by mid to late May will be something that's practical. But if for some reason that's not safe, we'll communicate to everyone and we'll certainly try. We'll attempt to reschedule. That's not always possible, but we're going to do the right thing regardless of what that turns out to be.
Well, thanks for that information, Tom. And so it is scheduled for May 20th and 21st. And I think as Tom said, it's 3:00 on the 20th would be the tour of Notre Dame Stadium. Leading to people checking in and to what, Tom, to like more of a cocktail hour that evening. And then the 21st, starting bright and early, would be the keynote and all the sessions. So we're looking forward to you attending. And please, if you do have any questions, reach out to any of us, your account manager. You can also go on our website. As Tom said, we'll keep you updated on any future events. And as always, you can find us on social media. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Facebook. And we are also on Twitter. You can follow me at Walt Steve. And guys, I think that's it. It's a wrap.
All right. Thanks everyone.
Have a good rest of your day.